Yeah, good day, guys. Welcome back to the core graphic design training. So, if you're actually thinking of how you can make a 3D logo using a wooden markup, I'm going to teach you step by step how you are going to achieve this. So, let's say you are looking for a logo for a kind of exchange, either cryptocurrency, Bitcoin, Ethereum, and others, or gift card. I think you need to watch this video. Whether you're a designer or you're into this kind of stuff, you need to learn how you can do this on your own. So without wasting much of our time, let's get started. Let's say I want to create a design for myself, Deco Exchange. So we need two alphabet, D that starts the initial of Deco, then exchange. I have to use the letter X to create that. So let's get started. The first thing is to go into circle. So when you have your circle like this, you are going to position it to center. Then you go to color, you change the color to black. So after that, you need to use the two alphabet as you can remember. So I'm going to alphabet, then type the letter D. So on getting here, I will look for a font that could give me better results. So while we're heading here, I have to play smart at this juncture because I need a font that will actually give me what I wanted. So let's look at this, whether this could give me something. So this is even a logo on its own, so I don't actually need this. But let me change all the alphabet and look at something. So let's say small letter. So it give me the same thing whether you use small letter. What about the letter X? So letter X give me another stuff. So let's go and change the entire logo, I mean the font. Letter D. So I guess I have to use this. So let me use Leaks pattern font. I don't like it. So let's go for out. So I guess this should be able to do extra bold. So when you have this particular stuff, so you can increase the size a little bit and you reposition it to center so that it can accommodate the two. So you reposition this to the center. You just make sure that these actually work out. So I'm going to increase the size a little bit so that this could work out. So when you position this to the center, you make sure that you use the relative position as well. Okay, fine. So after you're able to do that, then the next thing we're going to do is to cut out uh one a little bit. So what I'm going to do is to just try something. I think it will not show, but I have to tag something together with this to remove it from the text and it will appear as a picture. You understand? So eraser will be able to show. Once eraser show, I will use the cutout here to be able to finalize the work for me. So I will just cut out small. So just follow it. So move it a little bit. I guess it's not touching anything, so I could be able to move it. So when you look at it, I'm able to cut out small parts. Okay, sorry. I want to still cut it small, okay? Sharp, sharp. So this is cool, right? So after that, the next thing I'm going to do, because I want to use it to perforate the inner color, will cut it out, okay? So I have to stretch that so that it will not beyond that, okay? So if your eyes is not that kind sharp, you can use the zoom out, okay? So not to stress yourself much, so you use zoom out like this, so you should be able to see clearly, okay? So the bottom part is what is giving an issue, so you just need to take your time. So you can move this up a bit in one click, move it down in one click. So when you're able to do that, just because I'm unable to see this doesn't mean so you can actually rotate. So when you rotate, you'll be able to see what you are moving, okay? So move it down, move it up a bit. So now stretch it in one bit, stretch it down in one bit. So now move this one bit. Okay, this is perfect. So now that you have that, you can zoom it back. So we can cut out this part. Okay, so cool. So after that, but to lock it first, just lock it first. So after that, we need the letter X. Okay, so we don't need it. You go to the text area, we need letter X in cap. So we can go to we use the same font, Leaks pattern. Just make sure you remember that we use Leaks pattern. So make it in cap, make it in cap. Then you increase the size, increase the size. So you don't let it too close, right? So the space you leave at the initial place, that is, I mean, at the for the letter D, you are going to just leave the same thing for the letter X. So when you have this very close, right? So you can move this towards this side, then go to padding, and you are going to uh, 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 open the two. So increase the size if possible, enable the grid, use it as a mayor, so that because we didn't note something, we already made a mistake. We're supposed to know the number, the size of the letter D, so that for us to be able to use the same size for the letter X, but we missed that. So we can use this particular grid to measure that, so it will not exceed this part. Okay, so move it up a bit, so you can use size to increase. So now it's cool, so you can just close it, move it to one side. So after you're able to do that, it remains us to cut. So you can move these two as well to another side. Thank God we have not matched it, so that the space we are going to leave at the left will be the same with the right. So it's okay, right? So now we can do the same thing here. So when you look at it, is it the same? Is it rhyme? Still move it. So guess this is rhyme now. So after you are able to leave the same space, so what do we need? So we need to copy this. So when you copy this, we rotate like this. So when you rotate, you mesh the mouth together. So rotate a bit. So then you move up. Okay. So if it is not rhyme, so we can actually rotate it back for us to be able to see. So move it up. So for us to be able to set this, still remain small. Okay. Okay, perfect. So move it down a bit. So after we're able to make that, then the next thing is to merge everything together with the circle. So we merge it, then go to erase color, and we erase everything. So after we're able to do that, then the little thing we're going to do after that is to cut out some bets at this junction. So what am I saying? So when we're going to a shape, opacity should be 0, then we enable the stroke a little bit. So we go to color, then we give this white color. So when you are able to do that, then we increase this. So how do we cut out those parts? Okay, how do we cut out those parts? So we are going to cut out the part here. Then we are going to position it to the center. So when we are able to do that, then the next thing we are going to do is to merge the two together. So after merging, we erase the car, we erase it. So after we're able to erase, then what is the next step? So we are going to crop, position it at the mouth here. Okay, position it at the mouth here, increase it, let it come out a little bit for it to join another shape. The mouth will be there, then give it a black color. So if it is not rhyme, you can shift it a little bit in 2 times. So this is cool, right? So after you're able to join that, then we're going to copy. So when you copy, you move it down. Then we're going to position that under this, but by rotating it. So I'm going to rotate this. After rotation, I will move it to join that part. So if it is not done, I will move it in. Then rotate in one speed. Rotate again to 145, 125. So guess this is cool. So you can move it in one touch. So this is actually cool, right? So we are not going to do anything with this than to, but what I'm really surprised is I need to move this one out a bit. So that's how to be cool. Okay, perfect. So bring it in. Bring it in again. Okay, after that, what we are going to do next is to go to shape. So when we get to shape, we pick a round shape. Opacity should be 0. Then we have our stroke to be something like 30. Then we increase the size and position it around there. So we will not allow it to be too far or too close as well. So but we'll make it far a little bit. So it has to be like this. But if we think it's too far, so we know we have a way of cutting it. So I guess it is cool like this. So we can make it to be like this while we centralize it. So don't forget that. So after we're able to, because that one will serve as a measure. So after we're able to do that, the next thing we're going to do is to match these two together. Merge it together for us to be able to cut it out. So after we are able to merge it, we send it to the back again. Then we go to mask. So when we go to mask, what do we want? What can we use it to do? So we want to cut it so that it will not be too long. Okay, so we'll cut it, cut part here. So we enable cut the outer so that you have the result that will not go beyond that. So after you're able to do that, then the next thing we're going to do, you have it at the left and you have it at the right. So the next thing we're going to do is to cut parts as well here. So what do we need to do? So I need to cut part here and I need to cut part at that side for this circle. So I'm cutting part here. So we have this one that join. So I'm going to cut part here. So for the circle, so I'm thinking what I need to do at that particular junction is for me to just use mask. So I will crop my mask, just crop it. So once I crop my mask, I will move it to this side, just place it as a neutral place. So once I'm able to do that, so I will use the mask. I will use the mask. My mask will start here. So then I will make sure this one is very close a bit. So it will be around here. So once I'm able to do that, I have to watch closely at this part. So I will check. If it is not really accurate, I have to redo it again. then you click OK. So this is perfect for this. So what do I need to do? I have to merge. If I didn't merge it, it won't work. So I have to make the circle together with this shape for me to be able to use a mask for the second one. So I will repeat the previous process. Okay, so reduce the size. After that, just move it to this side. So when you move it to this side, we are going to cut the part here. So let it just stand aloof. So we are cutting the part here. So cutting that part, we have to extraordinary careful. Let it straight first. Okay, perfect. So we are going to look at it. Is it not too long? So it's see, okay, no, I don't want that. So this should be on a straight line. So if it is on straight line, then we'll move this to cut it. Then after moving it to cut it, we can now shift this a bit. Okay, perfect. So after we're able to do that, then the next thing we're going to do is to just put a mount there. So we are good to go. So just position it there. Then we click OK, put this. Then we're going to copy and quickly move this to this side. Okay, perfect. So after we're able to do that, we are done with our logo. This is a deco exchange. So we lock everything together, then we can reduce the size. And when you look at this, the process is somehow tough, but at the end of the day, we achieve what we wanted, our unique logo. So we position it to the center. So we can put a finishing touch to that by adding a texture, but not yet. So now we want to put deco exchange, and we can do that separately, we can do it together. So let's say deco exchange. So we have this. So we just choose the right font by choosing the heading pro. So you choose that font, then you position it here. But before you do that, you increase the size for this. Okay, so if possible, we can increase the size, the height to be 3000 or 2500. Sorry, 2500 by 2500. So we will have this. So we just have 19 by 2500 just to make it big. Okay, so after that, make sure you position it to center. Set your brand name to be this. Then after you're able to do that, then we'll put in other things like we sell and buy Bitcoin. Okay, so you just put a slash Bitcoin, Ethereum, so put slash, then and other cryptocurrency. Okay, we also buy all kinds of. So after that, you just click OK. Then you look for the perfect font that can actually showcase this. So you are going to reduce the size. You go for the, so we can select Archival font, Archival semi bold. So after that, you position it to the center. So you can let there be space in between it a little bit. So after you're able to do that, then you crop a shape. Okay, crop a shape like this and you position it underneath just a little bit. So first but I prefer we position this first. So position this here. So let there be circle a little bit. So you position it here. So after you reposition, you position it, then you put in fast and reliable storage plug. Okay. So after that, you go for font that you know that will be okay. So I want to use Sigos font. So which I know will be okay for this. So after I use that, I will change the color to black. So then position it here. Just position it. Reposition this wall and increase the size a bit. If possible, you can bold it. Then reposition to the center. Okay, good. So you can increase a bit. Reposition to the center. You can reduce the crop here. Okay. So after that, move this one up a bit. So after you're able to do this, then the next thing we're going to do is to place this here. So position this here, or if possible, you can now reduce it. Okay. So after you're able to do that, then the next thing we're going to do is to just finishing touch with this. So we're going to position this like this. So send it to the back, then you go to texture and you use any of these texture for that. So let's say we'll crop. So position it and use this. So let it be like that. Okay, very good. So after we finish that, we might not let it be too big. So it will be showing at the top and at the bottom. So while we position this here. So after we're able to do that, then we'll put our phone number and other. So let's put the details, the contact details. So +234 703466071. So we tap OK, then increase the size and reposition it here. Then we go to the website www.decographics.com.ng. Okay, we'll position that here. So now we are going to enable the icon. So we have this one here, so we can enable it, but we'll make it to be white. But we change the color to this to be green because this WhatsApp is always green. While we can change this to use this texture. Okay, we can use it to use texture. So why we change this to use texture as well. So we can now move this one up while we position this here. So after that we position it well. Okay, perfect. So after that we are done with everything. So we just need to use change this very fast. We're going to change this. So we use any of this. So position it to whatever we actually wanted and we'll position it to us. So let's just cut it out like this. So we have perfect. So we can do the same thing. So you learn how to use texture sometimes. If you use it wrongly, you might get the wrong result. So we have the same thing working perfect. So now we can go to position this by using a transparent background and we have everything being saved. So the next thing we can do after that, we can just use the black color. Okay, use the black color. So which I'm going coming back to do that. So we just need to merge everything. So for us to be able to scale it, so you scale it, then use your relative position to center while you have it being saved as ultra. So now we are going to where we are going to mock it up. So we go to our Chrome browser. So when we get to Chrome browser, we go to photop. Okay, sorry, we go to photop.com. So when you get there, you tap on open from computer and go to media picker. Then locate where you have your mockup. So take it for instance, I have my mockup here. So let's check. So let's check the Tico Premium should show for me to see. So I guess I have it here. Okay, this is it. We are using this mockup that I highlighted and marked. You tap on it. So sometimes when you click on it, it might not responding or not show anything. So we need to redo it. Or you wait. So we wait for it to load, okay? So now it's loading. So after loading, we tap here, then we double tap, then we click on replace me. After that, we go to file, click open and place, then go to media picker. The logo we made now, we are going to just import it, okay? So after you reposition, you increase the size a bit, okay? Then you go to file, go to save with smart object. So be looking at the screen of your phone, okay? You see smart object updated and tap here. So let's be looking at the screen of our phone. So after it display, you might be wondering, how are we going to make it visible? So you tap on the layer, go to extrusion. The first one, you hide it. The second one, you click on drop down menu. Then you click on hide the gradient overlay. You check, it must show. So boom, everything is fine. Okay. So now that everything is fine, you go to the layer back. You can enable this and check. So it's cool, right? Or you can go to it, hide it. Why am I hiding that? Is to make it clear. You go to file, go to export and go to PNG. Go to saved. So open. So let's check. So you can see the results. Very cool. So thanks for watching. God bless you.